Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Webs Women.
where exposure brings strength. Hello, Jeanette. And we have a guest. Can I sing it? This is episode 89, everybody. 89. And we have a little bit of I'm still Jenny from the block. I had to do it. I had to. I can't help it. As soon as I see Jennifer, I'm like, woo-hoo. I get to sing a little J-Lo. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we know how much you love to sing, so I'm all about that singing vibe that you bring. Yes, we do have actually, we have someone more fabulous than J-Lo. We have Jennifer Guzman in the house. Jennifer is from Washington Heights, New York, and she's actually one of the authors of Never Fear Your Fire. Jennifer and I are connected through the Women Collab group that is run by Jennifer Capella. And I'm so excited to bring her on here because she's a young entrepreneur, a single mom, doing amazing, incredible things, servant leader, especially when it relates to serving immigrant families. And you're going to hear a little bit about what tugs on her heart and what incredible things she's doing. So welcome, Jennifer.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited you're here too.
Yeah.
And I love that introduction from Jenny from the Black.
You know what? Used to have a little, now I have a lot. I can't help it.
Oh my God. Well, we all know we are J-Lo lovers. We love some J-Lo. She's fabulous. And yeah, so Jennifer, first of all, thank you for coming on. And I just want you to kind of tell us a little bit about how you got into the work that you're doing, a little bit about yourself so our listeners can get to know you.
Sure. So I was born in the Dominican Republic, so I immigrated to the States when I was about 10 years old. I was raised in Washington Heights and I still live here. So this feels like home.
Nice.
And, it's been my home for more than 10 years, right?
Yeah.
I am a financial advisor, so I have several years in accounting, and so I have my financial firm, Bright Tech Services Corporation. I do have a background in chemistry because that's what I pursued for so many years. And just a while ago, I dropped my PhD program because I was pursuing a PhD program in chemistry, and I dropped it because I didn't want to be an absent mother. And being a single mother and trying to raise a kid, a PhD program requires a lot. And I was going to Rutgers University every day. So it was very draining. I barely got to see my son. He was calling my mom mommy. So it was very hurting. I was not happy. Yeah, I was.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And he was
How old is your son? How old is your son?
He is 2 years and a half now.
Oh, he's little still.
Yeah.
Terrific twos, right, Jennifer?
Ooh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. So, it was I ended up dropping it and I dedicated my full time to my firm and to being a mother. So that's what I've been doing since then. I'm actually going to walk on my graduation because I talked with the administration office and I was able to be granted a master's. So, those years were worth for something.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
I'm walking on my graduation this Sunday. So, it's
that's exciting.
Oh, it's coming up too.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very exciting and very emotional because it was 2 years and a half of very hard work and long nights. It was very stressful, but I got something out of it, and that's worth it. I'm the first one in my family to ever go that far, so
Oh, nice.
so proud of.
I know your mother and your family must be so proud of you. That's amazing. And what a great accomplishment. I must say, it's not easy.
It's not.
Now, Jennifer, when you dropped out, did you know that you had enough credits and everything to get your master's, or did you not know at the time?
I didn't know, but because I talked to them because I wanted to work something out, they told me that I could get the master's because I had enough credits.
Mhm.
And then if in the future I am in a better position where I would still want to pursue the career, I can.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
excellent. Okay.
yeah.
The door's not.
Everything happens for a reason. You know,
I
that's why
know.
that's why I asked that question.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes you feel like, I think sometimes you feel like, you know, I failed myself, right? Because but in the end, you stepped back and it still moved you forward,
Yeah.
you know?
And it
Yeah.
felt like a failure at the beginning because when I signed up for the PhD program, I initially did it when I was pregnant with my son.
Wow.
Because I was the provider for my son, so I'm like, I have to do something. Although I've been in the entrepreneurial area since in 2018 when I was in network marketing. I didn't have that consistent income, so I'm like, you know what, I have to go back to school. And I thought I'm a PhD, joining the PhD program because it could bring so many opportunities. And I did it for my son, but then I was doing it for him, but I was not there for him.
Yeah.
So at that point it didn't make sense. So I'm like, it feels like a failure and it hurts to just drop out of this program. And it was very difficult emotionally and mentally.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
I also have to do it for him. I have to be there for him.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's going to listen to this podcast
Someday.
15 years from now.
And
And
he's gonna say, who the hell is J-Lo? That's all he's gonna care about is J-Lo. No,
no, he's going to really admire
he's gonna say
and
it's my mom. Yeah.
he's going to admire your sacrifices and he, you're raising the future, right? He's the future. He's
Yeah.
our future, right? So you're a wonderful example of what it takes to be dedicated and committed and
And keep
at
moving.
such a young age too. So I really
Yeah.
commend you. That's really commendable.
Yeah.
For sure.
So tell me, Jennifer, you're involved. You said you're an accountant or you're in finance.
Yeah.
Tell me
So
what about that work?
yes. So basically, through my firm, what I try to do and I focus mostly is on accessibility and affordability when it comes to tax planning and any services within the financial industry. So my community, more the Hispanic immigrant community, because I feel like we are underserved. And also, I feel like we need more exposure when it comes to finances. Um,
Right.
I do provide services, um, several services, credit repair. I do a lot of financial workshops so that they become more aware of the importance of financial education. And that's basically what I've been trying to push more lately this year. I've been doing a lot of free workshops and webinar series. Where I touch base on personal finances and how they can start managing better their personal finances, how they can fix their own credit, because credit is very important in this country. And a lot of people, I speak for my own experience. When I started college, the first thing I got was a credit card, and I, maxed out the credit card, and my credit.
Everybody's been there. Yep.
I did that too.
Yep. Same.
People
Yep.
go through that, and it's because, first of all, we cannot blame our parents because they didn't know any better. But
Right.
we can really take advantage of the people that are trying to help us out there, and that's what I try to do. I provide a lot of free workshops, but I also right now I'm trying to create an educational based platform for Latina women that are, providers for their family, just like myself, where they can really learn how to become the first world builders for their family, whether it's through, being on a 9 to 5 and having a side job hustle, or just if they're, full-time entrepreneurs, you can do it. And there's so many ways to do it. So I'm trying to teach them how to do that with my platform.
I think that's fantastic. And now, which I can appreciate, even the school curriculum is teaching entrepreneurship and finance because, students need to understand, right, the value of money and credit and finance. And I'm glad that that has been pushed in because
Yeah.
that's really important.
I'm
And
happy that they're doing that because when I went to high school or college, I never
it
had
exists. I know.
I never
Yeah.
saw a course on taxes or on personal finances or nothing like that, So I'm really glad that they're changing that now
Yeah.
because we're noticing how important and vital it is for people to survive the real world out there. Because once we become an adult, it's different.
You're yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I really appreciate you diving into the Latino and the Hispanic community because, our culture, there's never, I mean, generationally, you don't, you don't hear of that. Like, like they're not taught or they're limited in their education. So that kind of carries over. And I think for the most part, people who have been successful, like I know for like my mom, she winged it. It wasn't because somebody took her under her wing and guide her. She just had to try to figure it out. But she was never like taught, hey, this is, you should do this or you should invest in that. Like that's foreign language. And so I love that you're kind of changing, that language, right? Like within the community.
This is, this is a very personal topic for me. And I think that's why, besides having such a strong background in chemistry, why finances fits into my life so much. And it's because of personal experience. I saw my father almost lose his life because he had so much debt, right? He was working so many hours a week that I barely got to see my father. And he was never on graduations, he was not on birthdays, he was not on movie nights, because he needed to pay off debt.
Yeah.
Seeing that and then becoming the provider for my son, I'm like, I have to change the story. I have to change it. I cannot repeat it.
Yeah, like making that cycle, right?
Yeah, there has to be a way of changing that. So, that's why this is such a, more than just having this firm because I like it. It's very personal. Very.
Yeah, and I feel like it's like a calling in your heart, right? Because I feel you're so passionate about it because of your lived experience of being that child that had been sacrificed in terms of time and like, okay, I'm a mom now and I'm seeing that this was, I had to kind of do the same and I'm going to break that. So I think that's fantastic. I mean, you get it. And the fact that you get it at such a young age, but that makes me happy because that gives hope for me being a mother. It gives me hope for my kids to, get it.
Like get it. Yeah. I think too, your story, I think when you have a story like that, that hits you, really hits you to your core, I think, it kind of guides you to your passion, right? So I think something has to really hit you to your core for you to figure out what you believe in, what you want to do to move forward, help people. I think sometimes, and it obviously, it hit you, paying attention to my father was working all the time too, but honestly, it was just the way it was. So I didn't even look into it. I didn't even analyze it. I didn't think about it. I didn't anything until I went to college and I maxed out 3 credit cards. And my mother was like, your father was always bad with money. You're just like your father. And then I was like, well, she was a stay-at-home mom. So where'd she get all of her knowledge from? Right. But I still don't know. But and I'm 48 and I still don't know. But I'm saying like, you watched that, you know what I mean? You paid attention, and watched all of that. And that's, to me,
but
does. Jeanette's right. It gives us hope for the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh boy.
Like, I remember when I was a kid and I'm dating myself, and Jennifer, you probably don't even know this show, but the Brady Bunch, Dad was always home having dinner with Carol Brady.
Right.
I'm like, what is this? Like, this really happens, but it can, so.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. So Jennifer, I know you have some exciting stuff coming down the pipeline. You are one of the featured authors, Never Fear Your Fire, that is going to launch very soon. Tell me, how did that come about for you?
Well, I have to begin by saying how I met Jen. Jen, sorry. So I met her through a mutual friend that we followed on Instagram, and she had this growth group where it was a very small group within woman warriors that she was kind of like mentoring in the mornings and motivating them to start off the day and the week. So I just reached out to her because during that time I was by myself trying to be an entrepreneur, and it's hard to do it by yourself. It's very hard.
Yeah, it is very hard.
You need a support group. Like, I don't care what anybody else says. You need that group in the back cheering you up. You need the right group. And thankfully, we talked and she's like, yeah, I want you in, because she said I need the energy to match. And after that, it was like, given I've been part of the Women Warriors collab, I went to the brunch. That brunch was the most emotional time because I don't know if people really believe in manifestation, but I manifested to be in a group like that. And when I was in that room and the energy that I felt, I couldn't like stop but feel emotional, because I'm like, I was asking for this. And during that time I was going through, I went through postpartum depression for a very long time. So it's like, that was such a powerful event for me. So Jen always wanted to do this book, and when she spoke about the opportunity, I was the first one to sign up. I was like, yeah. She's like, damn, you're fast. And I'm like, I want it in.
That's awesome. So awesome. And I strongly believe that nothing's a coincidence. I feel that, whatever you manifest or pray for, like, if you really have intentionality, it's gonna come to fruition. And I love that. I mean, Jennifer is really a gem. I mean, she's a pretty special person. And I love that she's, such a magnet to such incredible women that but that's her, right? Because she's got such a high
her energy is contagious on the computer.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, seriously, you feel her vibe. So and now this is going to be the first book that you author, Jennifer? Yeah. Exciting. So can you, I know you can't disclose too much, but can you at least tell us what chapter you're in? Do you know that? What number chapter you are?
No, I don't know that yet, but I can tell you the title of my chapter, which is Collateral Beauty Becoming Her at Dawn. So it's, it's a very meaningful title for me, because it's just, I could give a quick overview because I've done that on my Instagram. So it's about how motherhood and going through postpartum depression became such a pivotal point for me. And it really transformed me to become better. How I became a better woman, a better sister, a better daughter, a better mom, and even a better businesswoman. It was a very pivotal point. It transformed me in a lot of ways, and it was very hard. So it's like, it's finding it was like finding my power in my pain.
Yeah, I love that. I'm really looking forward to the book. I'm definitely going to get a copy, but probably a few copies.
Yeah.
Because, I also suffer from postpartum, and so I definitely can relate to that. It's not an easy place to be in. But, you get through that, and you do grow. You do come out on the other side. But for those mothers who are in the thick of things, it's important for them to know that there is, you do come out on the other side. So it's just so wonderful that you voice your truth and your experiences, because it does open the door for someone else. So that's wonderful. I'm looking forward to the read. I'm looking forward to the book. And do you have is it a launch party or June 7th?
Yes, on June 7th we have the launch party, and it's going to be a very big networking event. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, fun.
Me too. I can't wait. I'm like a little child. I was telling Jennifer before. It's like, oh my God, I had to like move mountains to get to this, but I'm gonna get there, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm excited. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you for sharing your story. I think you're
Mhm.
really incredible. Like my heart is so full on so many levels because it's so great to see a young woman like yourself who really gets it at such an early age. And so I think that's nothing but great things are moving your way. That's for sure.
Yeah. If you could say anything to the young girls out there, what would you say?
So don't give up and live in your truth.
Mm.
Don't let nobody dim your light.
Mm. Amen.
Ooh, yes. I receive all of that. Yeah, I'm a young girl too now. Thank you, Jennifer. It was so great to have you. We can't wait for the book launch and we'll bring you back to
Yes.
talk more about that book. Once
Johnny's coming back. Johnny's coming back.
That's right. That's right. Remember, everybody, you're listening to Webb's Women.
Where exposure brings strength.